What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about AMC. Now, we had a very successful day today, going up 13.46% throughout the trading day. And at the current time that I am recording this video, AMC is down 0.33% in the after hours trading period. So we got a lot of good news today. Godzilla vs. Kong is absolutely crushing it in the box office, which is definitely helping the share price of AMC. We have the first upgrade, an analyst upgrade from AMC in almost a year, and we are also seeing some new information come out about the DTCC rule that is going to fundamentally change how the hedge funds are going to be able to operate. And I'm going to show you guys an exact example of this that I was able to find over the weekend. So before we get into all of that information, if you guys enjoyed the information and analysis that I provide for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. And if you guys would like to help out and support the channel, make sure you check out that Webull link down below as well. You get 2 free stocks when you sign up and deposit over $100, and those 2 free stocks are valued up to $1,850. So let's get right into this very important information, all of it that we have seen on AMC today. So when we come over to this New York Times article, Godzilla vs. Kong roars at the box office with 48.5 million. Even though it was streaming at the same time, moviegoers flocked to theaters, but with caps on seating capacity, analysts said the take was about half of what was normal, but this is a very good sign. People are itching to get out of their houses and go out and interact with others in any way, shape, or form. And we can see that reflected in the box office numbers that Godzilla vs. Kong is reporting. So moviegoers sent a message to Hollywood over the weekend. We're ready to return to theaters and will buy tickets even if the same film is instantly available in our living rooms. Now, we also saw Elon Musk tweet about this. If we come over here, we can see that Godzilla vs. Kong is so amaze much wow, most insane movie I've ever seen, love letter to conspiracy theorists, and yet heartwarming in the end. Now, a lot of people on the Reddit forums are thinking that this has something to do with AMC directly. I think this just kind of indirectly affects AMC because if Elon Musk is trolling on Twitter and putting out some funny things about how he really liked this movie, he's obviously not doing this to just tell everybody he liked the movie. He obviously sees a way for him to keep eyes on his page and maintain social relevance. So that's what I think is going on here. I really don't think it's anything else. And when we come back over here, we read before that moviegoers sent a message to Hollywood over the weekend. We're ready to return to theaters and will buy tickets even if the same film is instantly available in our living room. So that helps out AMC in the short term, but we've also seen AMC engage in some pretty interesting strategic investments. They entered into an equipment purchase agreement with Cinedigm, and Cinedigm is a streaming service. So it is possible that in the future, AMC is going to be getting into the streaming market, which could massively change the fundamentals of the business and could set off a short squeeze if it is announced that they are going to be providing a streaming service. But that is all speculation at the current time. We don't have any other news besides this equipment purchase agreement. Today, AMC also received a very important upgrade. Now, AMC has not gotten an analyst upgrade in about a year. So when we come over here, AMC stocks pop on upgrade, why analysts sees potential for sharp recovery. So meme stock AMC Entertainment Holdings, which has had a volatile ride amid the Wall Street bets phenomena, is advancing strongly Monday with a positive analyst action. So B. Riley Securities analyst Eric Wold upgraded AMC shares from neutral to buy and bumped the price target from $7 to $13. That is an 86% increase in the price target. So the thesis is, given that the North American theater base is only 60% open at this point and theater capacity restrictions are in place, the opening weekend domestic box office performance for Godzilla vs. Kong from Walt Disney Warner Brothers is impressive. So they are very impressed at how many people are actually going out into the theaters, and that is the basis for this price upgrade. Now, I've talked a lot about in my other AMC videos that the key factor that could set off the squeeze. Remember the analogy and metaphor that I was using, where we have a giant stick of dynamite with a long wick coming out of it, and all of the apes are sitting there with a lighter, clicking it, and it's sparking, but we just need one thing to light our lighter to set off the fuse that's going to explode the dynamite. Now, we don't know when that's going to happen, but positive fundamental catalysts that come towards AMC are going to be extremely helpful, and these price upgrades and them blowing out the box office is only going to help them in the short and long term. And when we come over to FinViz, let's take a look at the previous analyst ratings for AMC. So this is the upgrade from B. Riley Securities, and we can see that AMC has not had an upgrade since May 27th, 2020, and that was by MKM Partners, and they upgraded it from sell to neutral with a $5 price target. The last time that we saw a price upgrade for AMC was August 31st, 2020 by Wedbush, and they went and upgraded their price target from $4 to $7. So there has not been a lot of analyst action on AMC, and with the good news coming out about the box office and the numbers that they are putting out, it is possible that we do see some more analyst upgrades that in turn would send the share price of AMC higher. Now let's dive a little bit deeper into this new DTC005, and I'm going to show you guys a real life example of how the hedge funds are masking their short positions. We just saw this happen, and it's very interesting when we go over the option chain. So when we come over here, we can see from these hearings and Keith Gill himself, we have learned that digitization of the stock market has produced unforeseen consequences. In particular, much of GameStop's activity involved phantom and double shares because trading accounts hold stock shares as so-called digital entitlements. It was possible to short shares by 140%. Furthermore, the same shares could have been deployed multiple times by multiple traders. We've been over this in my last couple of videos, but essentially what happens is that a broker lends shares out to a client. The client then sells those shares out onto the open market, and they have a short position. Those shares are then bought by a counterparty, and then their broker can then lend those shares out again. So the same block of shares can be double counted. So subsequently, as the ranking member of the Senate Banking Committee, Senator Pat Toomey, had proposed to shorten settlement periods to alleviate these problems. After the dust had settled, the GameStop hearings had concluded new rules are in play to make retail trading a smoother and more transparent experience. When we come down a little bit further, as of April 1st, DTC had filed a rule change to the SEC that would address the above mentioned problems. It deals with both the multiplication of shares/securities and leveraging securities as collateral, using 40% out of 140% for borrowing or selling from the GameStop example. Now, they do list some of the actual direct wording from this actual request for a rule change, but in both instances, the change removes the return of assets to the participant's general free account. As far as the dynamic between hedge fund short selling and retail traders is concerned, these changes imply the following. So before we get into this, make sure you guys are paying attention so that when we go over the actual example of what the hedge funds are doing, you can best understand. So hedge funds would no longer be able to hide their positions by abusing in-the-money call trading. Unlike futures, call options refer to financial contracts that give the buyer the right to buy assets without having the obligation to actually go out and buy those assets. In turn, in-the-money calls happens when the underlying securities price is above the call option strike price. Most of you guys know that by now, but hopefully that was a good refresher. So, of course, with such a price differential, this gives in-the-money call options value, which can then be sold. When hedge funds sell the in-the-money call options, they mask their short positions, which appear as having been closed. This is exactly what we've seen been going on with the failed to deliver numbers, and we're going to go over that once we cover this next paragraph. So likewise, this would countervail synthetic put option strategy. This stock market strategy revolves around combining long call options with short stock positions. This is done for the purpose of mimicking the long put option or synthetic long put. In short, when synthetic shares are traded in conjunction with options, they provide the appearance of a closed short position. So when we come over to option sonar, we can see that over here, this deep in the money call for GameStop. This is GameStop's data, as we can see right here. And we can see that they had a really high volume of calls on March 31st with a volume of 24 million. Now, what's interesting about this is that this volume was actually 72 million the last time I looked at this, which is interesting to see that there was actually a change. So now let's come over to my desktop trading platform and we can take a look at exactly what happened. So when we come over here, we can see that the open interest now after this on the after the really high volume day is 548 contracts. So open interest essentially tracks the amount of contracts that are being held that have not been exercised or closed. So you can interpret this as the amount of contracts being held in people's brokerage accounts. You can see that the volume here is extremely low. In one of my last videos, when we looked at this same strike for the same date, the volume was over 4,000. Then when you added up the volume with the actual amount of the cost of the contract, you got about 72 million, which equaled to the previous amount over here. Now, what I would expect if there was that much volume on this specific strike, that this open interest today would have shot up. Now, previously, the open interest was, I think, 510. I don't have screenshots of it, and that's my fault, but it is still only at most 50 contracts more than it was on the day that 4,000 of these contracts have been traded. This is suggesting that the 4,000 volume on this specific strike was bought and immediately exercised or sold on the open market to mask and mimic a closing of a short position. So this is an example right in everybody's face of all of the manipulation going on in the market. So GameStop is down a little bit today. So let's pull back up AMC. And we did see AMC have a great day, but now in the after hours trading period, it is down about 1.5%. So that is going to conclude this update for AMC. If you guys enjoyed the information and analysis that I provided for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So I hope you guys had a really profitable day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.